Hello everyone. In the last video, I showed you how to download and install the Studio Tax software, which is free software for your desktop computer. You could use it in a Windows or a Mac computer. So I showed you how to download the software and install it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare your personal tax return. If you have a simple tax return, it could be very easy and quick. I'll be showing you here. Let's get started. So if you're doing it for first time, create a new return, click on there. It says the current session is now saved, for some reason. I'll just say you have to save it before continuing. I will not be saving, so I'm just preparing a fresh one from here. So this is screen showing, it says step-by-step wizard. So click next, fill it out the basic information, your name. So for this purpose of this tutorial, I will be using John Smith probably the most useful one. So there are three options in the second box here saying check if it is your name. This is your first time return, you check this. If not, then check if your name has changed, then check this. If not, it says otherwise check to confirm name hasn't changed from last time, check this one, so name hasn't changed. For another thing I want to remind you in this purpose that the asterisk ones are mandatory, so you'll have to fill it out. Fill out with your social insurance number. So I'll be just kind of using uh, uh, a made up one for this purpose of this tutorial, and we'll go from there to see how it goes. If you have an apartment, if you are living in an apartment, you could put there. I'm just creating some interior. I'm just putting some fictitious numbers there because this is a made up of postal code and made up address here. So say 416 123 4567. Just for purpose, you will be filling out your real information. You could put your email address there. That's not mandatory, but if you want to, you can put any one here. And then where select the province or territory of your residence on December 31st 2019, which is very important because if you are selecting any province, depending on which province you are selecting, your tax rate will be calculated, your provincial tax will be calculated based on that. So that's important, you pick the right one. Yeah, so see if you have changed it, like if your province or territory residence has changed in 2019, then you have to change it in here. If not, then don't have to do anything there. Just don't check this box if you don't have any change. Your home address is the same, so most of the time yes. If it's different, then the mailing address, if you put no, then it will give you will have to type it in the address for your mailing address. So for this purpose of the tutorial, I'll put yes, and this gives me this fill out here. So select your current province or territory if different from the mailing address. So if it is where different, then you select it. For our purpose it's the same, so I'm not selecting any. If you are self-employed, this is one, but for this tutorial we'll be showing just a person with employment income, simple tax return preparation by yourself. So I'm not showing anything about self-employed here in this tutorial. Click next in this one here. So this will show you your marital status. So if you are married, I'll have to say married and then put your spousal information there. If not, like if you're single, let's for the purpose of this one, for simplicity, let's put it as a single. And then like marital status change, then you click it in this. If not, then you don't have to do anything, right? So no spousal information needed since I put single. Click next, and then you put like if you are a new immigrant, you just came in Canada for the first time, so you could put as an entry date. So it says if you become a the residence of Canada 2019, give the date of entry. If you left the country during the year, then you can use the departure date. So that's for immigrant and immigrant cases. So sometimes it could be a little complex. So if you have special cases, you could probably seek some help from a tax preparer or an accountant, depending on the complexity of your tax return. But I'm not showing anything in here just for the simplicity. I just wanted to show you the simple steps you can follow if you have a simple tax return and employed individual want to do your own tax. So that's what you can follow the steps. So click next. So it says return deceased or pre-bankruptcy and the special cases. So this is not I'm going to show you anything. So just click next. Uh, Language you have to pick. That's mandatory. You can say as a asterisk in there. Click yes. Foreign property. If you have more than $100,000 worth of foreign property, you'll have to say yes. If not, then no. For simplicity, I'll just say no here. Indian Income Tax Act, which is exempt income. So if you are an Indian, that's a special tax act applies to you. But for simplicity, I'll just say no here. See this next button here. If you're a Canadian citizen, say yes. And if you a Canadian citizen want the CRA to send the information to Election Canada, you can just say yes and click next. So this pretty much the basic information you already entered here. So you can just now say press this button to start, like autofill your tax return. But that's like it's another tutorial. Probably I could show you that one. Depending on if you have any question on that, you could write in the comment box here. I probably will try to answer the questions. And I will show you probably in another video how to do that. For this video, I'm not going to be making that like longer, lengthy video, so that's become monotonous. So let's do it in the next one. So I'll just click next in here and see here. This is screen showing here. You have all those tax slips. So if you have, for example, employment income, just click in there. You might have like any other type of income, like if you pay the tuition fees, just click in there. So this is the employment income and tuition fees I am showing you. If you have like other sort of sleeves, you could probably put it in here, but for simplicity and the purpose of this tutorial, I'll just show you these two sleeves. Taxable income, like your employment income, like the T4 you receive from your employer, plus if you were a student during the year, you received a T2202 from your educational institution, you could put it in there. Let's go ahead and click on next here. See, if you buy RSP, you could put the information there and a lot of other information, donations, dependents, political contribution, medical expenses. So I'll be making other videos to show you how to claim that using this same software. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. Ask the question in the discussion box, and then we'll take it to the next level. If you have questions, like I will be prompt answering as soon as I can, and making a new video based on as many questions I get from all of you. So for this tutorial purpose, I'm not checking any box, so just click next here. So I have my now the T4 window open. So usually in your T4 you receive from your employer, the basic information will be there, like province of employment. If you're probably in there, so you could probably, if you are in Ontario, you click on Ontario. If you other provinces, you can click in there. You always have the employment income box 14, which you click. For this purpose, I'm just putting like a simple say it's a $40,000 of income you made for the whole year. You contributed to the CPP. Always the box 14 will be there. Say for the sake of these things, I'm just making some numbers up. So 1650 employee EI premium. So if your QPP is for Quebec, if you are in Ontario, then that will be blank for you. The next one, box 18, the employees EI premium. For the purpose of this, I'm just making up this number here. If you have any other boxes filled up by your employer, in your T4, you can just fill it out. If not, you just those are the basic things also will be there. Always there will be the box 22. Box 22 will be your tax deducted from your paychecks that comes with your T4. So for these things, so we'll just uh, simplicity. I'm just saying you paid a tax of $6,000, for example, for this whole tax year, and anything that's filled out by your employer, all the boxes you can fill out from the T4. Looking at the T4 carefully, fill it out. If not, leave it blank and click next. Showing your T2202, as I said, if you went to school, paid the tuition fees, whether it was a part-time or full-time, so you probably receive a T2202. You can enter in there if you have eligible tuition fees paid, say $5,000. Number of part-time, you were a part-time student, probably that's for 4 months. Just put it in there, number of months. Full-time, probably nothing, so it's done. Click next. Well, this is here some sort of other things. If you were students in last year, or if you had the Ontario students loan or any other loan from for your education, probably you paid interest. You receive a tax receipt for that. You could put those interest you can claim in there. If you have withdrawn any home buyers amount, that probably you could put in there. But for the simplicity, I will not show anything in here. There's a mandatory thing in here, principal resident, you have to say yes or no. So if you sell your house on the particular year for 2019, then you'll have to say yes. If not, then you just say no. If you say yes, you can see that's the populated. There's another additional form you'll have to fill out. That's probably little need more help. So on those cases, you probably seek assistance from your a tax preparer or an accountant. I'll prepare basically other videos. You could look for my other videos on those things, how to prepare that as well. So for the simplicity, I'm just saying no here, and I click next here. So this is giving me the Ontario, if I paid rent or property tax in Ontario, those things. I could just go to this ON 479 and then fill out the ONBEN form. That will the next things for me. If not, then I don't have to worry if I haven't paid. If you haven't paid any rent or any property taxes, click next here. So it says congratulations, you just finished the many steps of creating your